For this video, we're still going to be looking at lesson 2.3, solving problems involving credit, focusing on examples. So for the first example in this video, Nikki wants to be debt-free in 5 years. She has 2 credit cards on which she makes monthly payments. So card A has a balance of $2,436.98 and an interest rate of 18.5% compounded daily. Card B has a balance of $3,043.26 and an interest rate of 19% compounded daily. Nikki has qualified for a line of credit at her bank with an interest rate of 9.6 compounded monthly and a credit limit of $6,000. She plans to pay off both credit card balances by borrowing the money from her line of credit. How much interest will she save? So what we're going to do for this one is we're going to figure out how much both cards are how much interest both cards are going to have if she doesn't actually move money around, and then we will look at the line of credit. And so what she's doing is, fancy term is consolidating credits. So she's basically taking her 2 accounts and making it into one that has less interest. So we're going to start if she didn't do anything. So we got card A and card B. So we're going to go to our financial calculator, make sure that the long period option is amortized. And so just a note for these ones is if it doesn't state how it's going to be paid, and 9 times out of 10 for credit cards, it's going to be monthly payments. So just saying that a lot of times it won't say that, it's making monthly payments for this. Just assume that it is monthly payments. So her loan amount is $2,436.98. The number of payments, so she's paying this off in, she wants to be debt-free in 5 years, so she's doing monthly payments, so 12 a year for 5 years, so that's 60 payments altogether. Her interest rate for this first one is 18.5. The monthly payment we don't know. The payment frequency is monthly. Compounding period for card A is daily. For my options, I gotta make sure that they're a month apart. So 11/01/2022. Let me start 21. Hit calculate. And the amount of interest that she's going to pay on this, so I'm only concerned with this total interest one. So card A is $1,327.50. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with card B. Card B is $3,043.26. Number of payments is still going to be 60. It's paying monthly, but it's a credit card for 5 years, so 60 times altogether. The interest rate for the card B is 19% compounded daily, which is what I have already. So all the other tabs are good. Gotta make sure to hit unknown here, hit calculate. And so the interest for card B is this tab here. So $1,709.19. Okay, and so what we're going to do for the total interest that she paid is we're going to add those together. And so added together, pull up my calculator here. So we're going to do the $1,327.50, 50 cents, plus the $1,709.19. And so altogether, in interest, so this is the extra money she's paying. She's going to pay $3,000 or $3,036.69. Okay, and so then what she's going to do, so she doesn't have to pay that much, is she is going to do a line of credit. So she's going to amalgamate those two into the line of credit. So first thing we have to do for the line of credit is to figure out how much her debt is altogether. So the total of her debt is the $2,436.98 plus her $30,043.26. Add those together. So 2,436 plus $2,436.98 plus $33,043.26. So altogether, her debt is $5,480.24. And so now I'm going to go to my loan calculator and start plugging that in. So we got the $5,480.24. Line of credits, same idea as you make monthly payments. So number of payments is going to be 60, so she can be debt free in 5 years. The annual interest rate for these ones is 9.6. Payment amount is the unknown. It's monthly for her payments. However, it's compounded monthly. My dates here are still monthly. You calculate. And so the interest she pays for the line of credit is $1,441.67. So to finish this problem, we want to know how much interest will she save. So I'm going to take the amount that she was supposed to pay. So the $3,036.69 minus what she did end up paying, so the $1,441.67. And what we have there, so $3,036.69 minus the $1,441.67. Oops. Let me try that again. $3,036.69 minus $1,441.67. So the amount of money she's going to save by consolidating her credit is $1,595.02. Okay. Last example here. We have John's $475 car insurance payment is due. He does not have enough cash to make the payment, so he's considering these two credit options, which is the better option. So you can borrow the money from a payday loan company for a $100 fee if it's paid back in full within 2 months. Or you can get a cash advance on his credit card, which is carrying a zero balance. The interest charged for cash advance is $19.99 compounded daily and takes effect immediately. He can afford to pay the required $5 minimum payment after the first month and then plans to pay off the balance in full at the end of the second month. So for option A, the amount he's going to have to pay is $475 for the car insurance plus the $100 fee. And so he's going to pay $575 altogether. Now option B, we are going to go to our financial calculator for that one. And so for the first month, he's going to pay $475. And he can, technically one payment. The annual interest rate is 19.99. The payment amount is unknown. We're doing monthly. We're compounded daily though. Options, still monthly. And say it again, credit cards are always monthly for payment frequency. Hit calculate. And so after the end of the first month is $483.13. So first month. So just a note, he hasn't actually paid that off. That's just how much he owes at the end of the first month. Okay, so then what's going to happen is for the second month, we're going to take his $483.13. He pays 5 of that because that's the minimum payment for the month. And so he now owes $478.13. So now I'm going to go back to my calculator, change my loan amount because he still owes that. That's still the same. This is our unknown. So only one payment because he's actually going to pay this off at the end of this month now. It's monthly, daily. Hit calculate. And so at the end of the second month, this is what he actually owes. It's $486.31. Now, that's not what he paid. So what he paid, so he owes that $486.31. And he's already paid $5 of that when he did his minimum payment. So altogether, for this one, he is going to spend $491.31. And so option B actually works out to be better because in option A, he had to pay $575. In option B, he's only going to pay $491.31. So option B is cheaper. So in summary, I'm going to zoom out so I can read that. So forms of credit that can be used to make purchases or acquire cash include bank loans, lines of credit, credit cards, payday loans, and dealership or in-store financing. Credit cards have a credit limit, which is the maximum amount you can borrow. The credit limit varies from person to person based on credit history. Cash advances on credit cards have no period in which no interest is charged and sometimes have greater interest rate than purchases. A line of credit has a lower interest rate than most loans and credit cards. Because of this, a line of credit can be useful to consolidate debt. Payday loans must be considered carefully since the fee for borrowing is often high.